Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Betting Insights. I am Timothy alongside Sergio. Sergio, how are you doing?
Hey, hello everybody. I'm doing fine, man. Thanks.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Obviously, we are not coming off a great week. As you know, we are discussing five different club competitions across Europe: Bundesliga, Serie A, Premier League, La Liga, and Eredivisie. We are giving out picks and leans and best bets every week. But coming off a not so great week, at least for me. All picks and leans overall were kind of solid, but best bets I gave out seven best bets and I went 2 and 5. Sergio, you gave out six, went 3 and 3, which is
Yes.
not bad, but still,
Mm. Yeah, not bad at all.
yes. But let's look to improve this week and look to bounce back in good fashion, right?
I agree.
All right. Today we are starting with La Liga, and the first game on the schedule is Villarreal hosting Getafe. Villarreal wins set at 2.15. Getafe wins set at 3.55. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Now Villarreal not in the best form, but they have only lost one out of the last five, and that was on the road. Last time out, they played somewhat solid game against Alaves. That should give them some confidence heading home hosting Getafe. Getafe has not been great on the road. Last 12 games, only losing two. Villarreal won 8 out of the last 9 at home against Getafe. So this may be a good spot for them. What are you doing here, Sergio?
Yeah, and Getafe, the last four meetings against Getafe at home, they didn't lose. So I'm going for Villarreal this weekend. I think this is the weekend that they will get the win again after two draws. So against Getafe is the perfect opportunity for them.
Yeah, I agree. Perfect opponent. This is also a bet that I very much like. I really considered it putting it as one of my best bets. Still on the fence, might do it later, but this is a bet I really like. I agree with you. Let's get to the next game. Atletico Madrid hosting Las Palmas. Atletico Madrid wins set at 1.45. Las Palmas wins set at 8. Line for the total goals, 2.5. Now, Atletico Madrid got beaten in back-to-back games and failed to score in both games. Last one was against Sevilla, which was a pretty bad loss. While Las Palmas bounced back in good fashion, beating Valencia. Las Palmas is solid at home and also solid on the road, but it's hard to see them beating Atletico, who's lost only one game last time out in the Copa del Rey all season. That was against Bilbao. And while Las Palmas is doing solid, they're not on the level of Bilbao, right?
You mean yeah, but I think that Madrid, of course, Atletico Madrid, they lost the last two games, so I don't think Las Palmas stands a chance to win this weekend. It's Atletico will come with all they have, so it's but they
Yeah,
play during the week also, right? Isn't it the Champions League?
yeah, they're playing next week Champions League, so they
Yep.
might have one eye on the Champions League, but still they're playing at home, so you should expect them to get the win here. And it's, given that they have been shut out in the last two games, not scoring, I would look really closely at the over 2.5 goals here. You might not even need a goal from Las Palmas to push this over 2.5. So maybe take a close look at the over 2.5. You agree?
Yes, I agree because Atletico Depay is playing again along with Griezmann, so I think a few goals we can expect surely a few goals.
Yes, and there's also much more value in taking the over 2.5 than backing Atletico Madrid for a win. So that is the better play here. All right, let's get to the next game. Osasuna hosting Cadiz. Osasuna wins set at 1.77. Cadiz wins set at 5.6. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. And I don't know why this total is so high. I'm looking at the under 2.5 here. Cadiz has failed to score in 4 straight games, while Osasuna has failed to score in 2 out of the last 3. Osasuna has won 3 out of the last 5 at home, while Cadiz still yet to win on the road. Cadiz also lowest scoring team in the league, so I'm looking closely at the under 2.5 and as a lean towards Osasuna. What are you doing, Sergio?
Yeah, it's only a lean, but Actually, I don't trust it so much. I'm thinking more of a draw this game. Yeah, I'm staying away from this one. Um, there are a lot of other games this weekend that are more interesting.
Yeah, I agree. And if it's a draw, it's probably going to be a low scoring draw. So that's why I'm looking closely at the under 2.5. So that would be the play here for me. All right, let's get to the next game. Celta Vigo hosting your favorite team, Barcelona, Sergio. Celta Vigo wins set at 3.85. Barcelona wins set at 1.93. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, last week we said if Barcelona were to draw points against Granada, Safi might be in trouble. We did not expect that, but
No.
it happened. So, what's going on here?
Yeah, I know Barcelona is they're in trouble, and yeah, Safi can't seem to be able to turn things around. I think that they'll let him stay till the end of the season because he already said that he'll leave after this season, and you know, as a club idol, I don't think they want to damage his career that much. So I think he's gonna stay, but Celta away, I think again a difficult game because last week I didn't know what happened against Granada. Granada keep coming back. They almost won even. So yeah, it's difficult to say, but I I'm even leaning more towards a draw again.
And mind you that the last time, of course, the first meeting, Barcelona hosting Celta, Barcelona won 3-2, but Celta was up 2-0, and Barcelona scored 3 goals in the last 10 minutes. This might be a good spot to back Celta.
I don't know about backing Celta maybe for a draw, but a win is it's a different story. But a draw I see because Barcelona their defense is really a mess, and you know
Well, then,
I don't know I just think it would be a draw, maybe a low scoring draw even.
okay, then you can look closely at the at a double chance for Celta. Win or draw Celta is set at 1.94, almost 2-1, so not bad value. And if Celta were somehow to sneak out a win, you can still cash. So if you're gonna do a play, do the double chance. Don't go for a draw or a win either.
A
Um,
win for Barcelona definitely not.
and win for Barcelona, definitely not. All right. Let's get to the next game. Valencia hosting Sevilla. Valencia wins set at 2.25. Sevilla wins set at 3.45. Line flow total goal set at 2.5. Now, this is a spot where I like Valencia and I also like the over 2.5 a bit. Sevilla beat Atletico Madrid, but that was the first time they have back-to-back wins all season. Now they will visit a Valencia team who's very good at home, only lost 2 out of the last 10 at home. Both teams averaging like almost 1.25 goals over the season. So I'm looking at the over 2.5 here. What are you doing, Sergio?
No, I'm looking at Valencia. I'm going all the way for a Valencia win. Yeah, because last week they had a loss, and just like you said, Sofia back-to-back wins, and against Atletico was a surprise. And you know what happens after a performance like that? You have to back Valencia in this one.
Yeah, especially going on the road after such a good performance, usually a letdown spot. All right. We agree there. Let's get to the next game. Rayo hosting Real Madrid. Rayo wins set at 5.4. Real Madrid wins set at 1.67. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Now, listen, Real Madrid, they played in midweek on the road against Leipzig, so maybe tired legs here, but still, I can see Rayo beating them. Real Madrid should get the win here, right?
Yeah, Rayo hasn't won in the last 6 games also. So yeah, Real in very good form. They don't have a few key players in the defense, but still Rayo won't. I don't think they'll play better than Leipzig did. So Yeah,
Yeah, and Rayo is a team that struggles to score. So even with the key defenders missing, Real should be able to keep Rayo under 1.5 goals. So Real should get the win here. All right, let's get to the next game. Granada hosting Almeria. Granada wins set at 2.12. Almeria wins set at 3.55. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Now listen, this is not a interesting game. The two worst teams facing off here in the league. Granada 2 wins. Almeria 0 wins all season. They both average close to a goal a game while allowing twice as much. So I'm looking at the over 2.5 here. It's set at 1.86. I like that, but other than that, it's hard to trust either team or to back them. So what are you doing, Sergio?
yeah, maybe lean towards Granada, but that's only because they're playing at home. But further, yeah, there's not much to do here, and this one even looks more like a draw. Yeah, no scoring draw even.
Yeah, I can see a high scoring game. Both teams bad defenses, and you know what happens with bad defenses. We usually see a lot of goals. These teams also average more than a goal a game, so I can see this pushing the over 2.5, and that would be my play here. All right, let's get to the next game. Mallorca hosting Sociedad. Mallorca wins set at 3.35. Sociedad wins set at 2.63. Line for total goal set at 1.5. Now, listen, this may go over 1.5, but it also may very well go under 1.5. I believe it will definitely go under 2.5. Another loss for Sociedad. We're kept scoreless again in midweek against PSG. So that's 5 straight games without a goal for Real Sociedad. Mallorca has also not scored in 3 out of the last 5 games. Sociedad's still the better team here, but coming off a road midweek game, kind of a bad spot, also not in form. What are you doing here, Sergio?
Yeah, yeah, you have to try even yeah, try Mallorca in this one, you know. Like you said, Real Sociedad playing during the week away at Paris Saint-Germain. So yeah, maybe a double chance for Mallorca, but I think Real Sociedad is gonna have a difficult weekend.
Yeah, and I can really see a very low scoring game here. Both teams will try to defend and not allow goals, and then maybe sneak out a 1-0 win, but could easily be a 0-0 or 1-1 draw. All right, let's get to the next game. Real Betis hosting Alaves. Real Betis wins set at 2.08. Alaves wins set at 3.85. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Now, Betis has somewhat picked up form again, only 1 loss out of the last 5. They are the better team here, though tough to back, and Alaves going on the road, but also short week for Betis. They will be playing today. Sergio, can Alaves trouble Betis here?
No, I'm still going for Betis this weekend. I think Alaves, you know, they're a good film. They are not playing during the week. Yeah, but still, Betis. Where is the game? It's Sunday, right? So yeah,
Yeah, and
they still have.
today they're playing at home, hosting Zagreb, so no travel, which is a better spot.
Yeah, that's why I'm still backing Betis. They're actually one of my favorite bets this weekend.
Yes, that would not be a bad bet. I would agree with you there. All right, let's get to the next game. Athletic Bilbao hosting Girona. Bilbao wins set at 2.12. Girona wins set at 3.55. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Girona got beaten by Real, while Bilbao picked up somewhat a disappointing result against a 10-man Almeria. So bounce back spot for Bilbao here. Like we said, Girona, their form has been dipping, especially on the road, and we saw that last week. So going against a very good home team and a very good team overall in Bilbao, we should see a Bilbao win here, right?
Yeah, definitely. Bilbao, another one of my best bet this weekend. Girona, like I said, their form is dropping a little bit, and an away game in Bilbao, yeah, it's not an easy one. So, and the odds for Bilbao are also very interesting. So, I think I'll go for a Bilbao win. this
Yeah,
weekend.
very good odds. Over 2-1. And I know Girona, they did not score in their last two games, but still they are a very high scoring team, 52 goals on the season. So I have the over 2.5 as one of my best bets for this weekend. I like the over 2.5, but I agree with you. I would like I like to see Bilbao, and I would expect Bilbao to get the win here.
Yes, of
All
course.
right. That wraps up La Liga. Let's get to Serie A. First game, Serie A, Torino hosting Lecce. Torino wins set at 1.71. Lecce wins set at 5.8. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, Torino undefeated in 5, but just 2 wins, while Lecce has won in the last 5. 4 losses and failed to score in 3 of those games. Also, 5 straight road losses for Lecce. So, listen, Torino's not great. But they are undefeated in the last 6 at home, and against such a bad road team, they should at least get a draw here, I believe. What are you doing, Sergio?
Yeah, but no, but I'm leaning towards Torino to win this one actually. Yeah, they're also not that interesting. 1.72, but yeah, but still, no, I think Torino will go away with this one.
Yeah, I agree with you. I said they should at least get a draw, but against Lecce, you would expect them to get the win here. We agree there. All right, next game, Inter hosting Salernitana. Inter wins set at 1.17. Salernitana wins set at 17. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now, listen, I like the under 3.5 here. Inter, best defense. I have a hard time seeing Salernitana getting on the score sheet here. And Inter probably doesn't score more than 3 goals. They would very much like to wrap this up quick, score 2 or 3 goals, and keep it close at the back. So Inter should prevail here, right?
Yeah, but under, I'm not that sure.
On the 3.5 is a high total. Can you see Salernitana getting on the score sheet here?
No, no, but Inter might.
I don't think Inter will really ramp up the score here. They will also be playing Champions League next week, so one eye on that. They want to score 1 or 2 goals. Park the bus maybe and get the win. Maybe rested for the Champions League game. So that's why I like the under 3.5. But listen, if they get rolling, I agree with you. If they get rolling, they might score 4 goals.
Yeah, they might score more. And so yeah. So still, and also I don't like playing under against big teams. So especially not when they're playing against a very small team. So
Yeah, I agree with you. But if you look at Inter's track record, under 3.5 goals, that's actually a good spot. All right. Let's get to the next game. Napoli hosting Genoa. Napoli wins set at 1.61. Genoa wins set at 6.1. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, Napoli, they're kind of trailing a bit. They lost to AC Milan last time out and failed to score again, while Genoa got trashed by a very much informed Atalanta team. Now, Napoli, I don't know what to make of them. They're playing at home against not a very good road team, but I have a hard time trusting Napoli, so I won't be backing Napoli in this spot. Are you doing something, Sergio?
maybe the over 2.5 is interesting. I see Napoli winning, but maybe with a small difference. Genoa maybe scoring a goal, so maybe the over 2.5. Yeah, but still, I agree. I don't trust Napoli that much. So yeah, if things don't go too well for them, then they may be even draw. So, but I don't see Genoa winning.
All right, let's get to the next game. Hellas Verona hosting Juve. Verona wins set at 5.8. Juve wins set at 1.68. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Now, back-to-back losses for Juve without scoring a goal. First one was against Inter, so you can't blame them. Best team in the league. But the home loss against Udinese has to sting, especially for their title hopes. So they should be angry here and take advantage of a poor Verona team. So I expect Juventus to get the win here. What are you doing, Sergio?
Yeah, I agree. I think Juventus will get this win. They can afford to drop more points, so yeah, they'll give everything they have.
Yeah, and actually sneaky good value, 1.68. Not great, but sneaky good, especially if you expect them to bounce back against such a poor team. Good value. All right, next game, Atalanta hosting Sassuolo. Atalanta wins set at 1.38. Sassuolo wins set at 8. Line for total goals set at 3.5. This again is a high total, but Atalanta very much in form, scoring goals, and Sassuolo a bad defense. So I understand the line at 3.5, but I would have a hard time playing the over. Also, low value backing Atalanta, so I'm staying away from this game. Are you doing something, Sergio?
No, it's also a stay away for me. Like you said, over 2.5. I think over 3.5. No, that's a little bit too much. For Inter, I might try it, but Atalanta, no.
Yeah, they're in very good form. They won seven out of the last 8 games. Sassuolo has 1 win in the last 5 games. So Atalanta should continue to roll here. Low value backing them for a win, but they might score some goals. And Sassuolo not a bad offense. They might also score a goal, but pretty bad defense. So I understand the 3.5, but I have a hard time playing the over.
Yeah, me also.
All right, let's get to the next game. Lazio hosting Bologna. Lazio wins set at 2.23. Bologna wins set at 3.55. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Bologna was involved in a midweek game beating Fiorentina and now 3 straight wins after a tough stretch. While Lazio picked up a good win against Bayern Munich that should give them some confidence here. Bologna won the first meeting, very close game, and I expect a close game again. What are you doing here, Sergio?
Lazio, of course, were also one of my bets this weekend. Bologna, yeah, they won 3 in a row. Haven't lost in 4. Yeah, I think it's about time for them to maybe get a loss again, and now they're playing away at Lazio. So yeah, I'm leaning towards Lazio to win this one. That's why they're one of my bets this weekend.
Yeah, Lazio not a bad spot. I would agree with you there. I know Lazio won. They have 2 straight wins. Before that, they did not win 3 straight games, but that was against Atalanta on the road, at home against Lazio, then on the road against Inter. So it was a rough stretch. Now this is a slightly lighter game, we should say. So a better spot for them to keep winning at home and get their second straight win at home. I would agree with you there, but don't underestimate Bologna. They're sneaky good.
Yeah, yes, they're good, of course, but you have to lean one way. So,
Yeah.
I'll just put my money on Lazio.
All right. Next game, Udinese hosting Cagliari. Udinese wins set at 2. Cagliari wins set at 3.95. Line for the total goals set at 2.5. Now, this is going to be an ugly game. Both teams 1 win in the last 5 games. Can't trust either team. I know Udinese won against Juve, but very fortunate. And Juve 4 out of the last 5 games were against some tough opponents, but listen, man, tough to trust either team. So I don't think I will be betting this game. Are you doing something, Sergio?
No, this one is also a stay away for me. It's a little bit too risky. So yeah, I'll just leave it for maybe next week.
All right. Next game, Empoli hosting Fiorentina. Empoli wins set at 3.75. Fiorentina wins set at 2.07. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Fiorentina has 1 win out of the last 5 games and failed to score in 3 of those, while Empoli is on a 4-game unbeaten run. Empoli for stretches look like the worst team in the league, but with this run, it looks like they're picking up form, still the lowest scoring team in the league. So can they continue their undefeated streak against Fiorentina?
Maybe not, but yeah, Fiorentina is also not in the best form. So at home, Empoli, I think they definitely stand a chance. Yeah, they do because 4 games undefeated. Yeah, and now at home, Fiorentina, they need the points. I think Fiorentina is going to have a tough weekend.
Yeah, and also Fiorentina 8 goals in their last 3 road games. Now, like you said, mentioned earlier, they played in midweek against Bologna on the road. Say now they on a short week they go on the road again. So I can see some tired legs here. So I would look to play the over 2.5 goals here. That would be my play for this game. All right, next game, Frosinone hosting Roma. Frosinone wins set at 4, Roma wins set at 1.92, line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, Sergio, you had a feeling Roma was going to beat Inter last week, and for stretches, it very well looked like
Yeah.
that. But still, Inter, they pulled out the win. I know Roma lost 4-2, but the game was much closer than the score indicated. And Inter is the best team, no shame. This is a short week, also Roma playing today, but still I'm going to back them here. Actually, one of my favorite bets. They have been terrific in the last games under De Rossi, and I believe they will continue that here. What are you doing, Sergio?
Yeah, yeah, but Roma playing away against Feyenoord, you know, and the Kuip Feyenoord is really gonna tire them. I'm sure they're gonna, you know, play a high pressure game. But Frosinone, yeah, it's a comfortable team for Roma to play after a game like that. So still a lean towards Roma. Like you said, against Inter, they played very well. So maybe still a Roma win.
And if you expect them to lose against Feyenoord, would make it back-to-back losses. So this would then be a bounce-back spot. Also, I like the over 2.5 goals here. I can really see easily this thing going over 2.5 goals. But my lean would still be towards Roma. I like Roma to win this game. Actually, not even a lean. One of my favorite bets for this weekend. All right, next game, Monza hosting AC Milan. Monza wins set at 4.6. Milan wins set at 1.79. Line for the total goals again, 2.5. Now listen, Milan is in great form, one loss in the last 12 games. Well, Monza, somewhat solid, although they used to be solid, but not in great form. Failed to score in 3 of the last 5 games. So AC Milan should continue here, right?
Yeah, it will be a AC Milan win. I don't see Monza doing anything this weekend, and also AC Milan. They're now what is it, the third in the league. You know, I don't know if the Champions League spot is safe already. Against Monza now, it's a must win also.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. AC Milan, but also playing today against Rennes in the Europa League. So it would be a short week going on the road against Monza, but they're playing at home today, so no travel. So that works in their favor. I expect them to get the win against Monza. All right, that wraps up Serie A. Let's get to the Eredivisie. First game, PSV hosting Heracles. PSV wins set at 1.11. Heracles wins set at 29. Line for the total goal set at 3.5. Now, let's not waste your time here, guys. PSV will win at home. The line tells you everything you need to know. I will not be betting this game. Are you doing something here, Sergio?
No, of course not. The PSV will definitely win this game. Heracles, yeah, they're playing a little bit better now, but still not one of the best teams in the league. So definitely a PSV win.
All right, next game, Fortuna hosting Asset. Fortuna wins set at 4.5. Asset wins set at 1.91. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Now, listen, Sergio, you expected Asset to lose against Almere City last week, and now 0-0, it doesn't get much closer than that, right? So
No.
Asset still has some things to figure out. What are you doing here?
I think they're gonna have a difficult weekend again because Fortuna away is a very difficult team. Now all of the big teams have trouble with Fortuna, so now I think AZ not in the best form, as you can see, 5 games, no win, 2 losses. So yeah, Fortuna also 2 losses the last 3 games. I think they'll definitely smell blood against AZ.
Yeah, and Fortuna 1 loss in the last 6 at home. So they're very good at home. But still, Asset has not won under their new coach at least a league game yet. So that should come sooner rather than later, right?
Yeah, but Fortuna is difficult. Maybe against Vitesse or RKC, but Fortuna is a difficult one, and Danny Buys is a coach that really knows how to put his team down, especially in the defense. So, and AZ has trouble scoring. I don't know what happens to their striker, but he's always on an island at the front, and Fortuna, yeah, I don't know, but AZ is not gonna win this weekend. Definitely not.
All right. But if you fail to win this week, then after that, you're hosting Ajax. Now, Ajax not in great form. They still have their issues of their own, but Ajax could really trouble them, and I could see AZ losing that game. After that, you go on the road against Sparta. So if you fail to win in the next 3 games, is the coach on the hot seat?
No, I don't think so because they don't have anybody else. Yeah, the assistant manager became the manager now. So no, AZ doesn't have they don't have any more options. So I think this one will stay till the end of the season. Yeah.
All right, let's get to the next game. Sparta hosting Excelsior. Sparta wins set at 1.89. Excelsior wins set at 4.3. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now listen, I don't have many reasons to back Sparta here, but this is one of my best bets. They have to bounce back here. Excelsior is not a good road team, not a good team, period. And their defense is awful. Give me Sparta for a win. What are you doing here, Sergio?
Yeah, yes, I'm also leaning towards Sparta, especially the last 4 games. Yeah, how they went for them, not really good. Lost 3 of them, and Excelsior beating against Twente last week. I think that damaged their confidence a little bit. So I'm definitely leaning towards Sparta to win this one.
All right, we agreed there. Let's get to the next game. Heerenveen hosting Go Ahead Eagles. Heerenveen wins set at 2.04. Go Ahead Eagles wins set at 3.6. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, I don't have any confidence in Heerenveen, but they did win against Ajax, although they escaped because of the goal line technology. Do you believe they escaped to the win there?
No, but they played very. I think they deserve to win because they really, especially the first half, Ajax didn't know what to do. So Heerenveen, I think they will take that confidence into this game against Go Ahead. Go Ahead, of course, one draw, they won again, then a draw. So I I'm leaning towards Heerenveen to take the confidence into this game this weekend against Go Ahead, and Heerenveen for a win again.
Yeah, also leaning towards Heerenveen. Go Ahead Eagles is very different on the road. I know they won back-to-back road games, but the last one was against Vitesse, and listen, who doesn't beat Vitesse? Before that, against a out-of-form Sparta, but before that, 4 road games without a win, while they're a very good home team. So they're very different on the road. So I would still lean towards Heerenveen in this spot. I agree. All right, next game, Swallow hosting Almere City. Swallow wins set at 2.08. Almere City wins set at 3.7. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, like we mentioned earlier, Almere City did not win against AZ, but it was sort of an upset, right? If you draw against AZ, Almere City, it counts as an upset. But they failed to score in 3 of the last 4 games, while Swallow is on a 6-game unbeaten run. So Swallow at home here. Will they continue their unbeaten run?
Yeah, normally, yes, they will. Almere City seem to lose a game every 3 games. So yeah, it's about time for them, and especially Zwolle, yeah, in good form at home. Back-to-back wins, like you said, but after that a draw. So yeah, and it was against Go Ahead away, so it's also a difficult one. But at home against Almere, I think they'll win that one.
All right, let's get to the next game. Twente hosting Utrecht. Twente wins set at 1.64. Utrecht wins set at 5.6. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now listen, Utrecht is on a good run, undefeated in 5, but the only impressive result in that stretch is a draw against PSV when they were playing at home. Going on the road against Twente, that only lost to PSV at home is a tough ask. But does Jans going against his former team concern you?
No, not at all. I think Twente is gonna win this one. That's why I'm staying away from from this game. Utrecht, like you said, they seem to be in good form, but yeah, I think they got a little bit lucky not to lose yet. So against Twente, I think it's gonna be a loss for them again.
All right. I also am leaning towards Twente in this spot. Utrecht, they have trouble against the good teams. Now, like you said, the draw against PSV was a impressive result, but you can smell that one coming from a mile away. And PSV were yet to draw points, so you know a slip up game was coming. I don't believe they're going on the road and beating Twente.
Mm.
All right. Next game, Vitesse hosting Volendam. Vitesse wins set at 1.86. Volendam wins set at 4.25. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now listen, these are two awful teams. You can't back either one. But Vitesse, they continue their awful stretch, and this may be the only game they can win, right?
Yeah, but the game against Heracles, they started very well. They came up 2-0. So yeah,
And then they picked
only
up the
because
red
of the
card.
red card. Yeah, only because of the red card, they gave it away. They lost all hope. But they know that Volendam is a must win. If they lose this one, it's over and out. Actually, it's already over, but if they lose this one, they're sure. They can just maybe start playing the next game in the Eerste Divisie or something. So against Volendam, I'm leaning towards Vitesse to win this one. I really.
If I were to do something here, I would look at the over 2.5. Don't trust either team. But listen, if gone to my head, probably picking Vitesse to win this game. All right. Let's get to the next game. Ajax hosting NEC. Ajax wins set at 1.43. NEC wins set at 7.5. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now, you touched on it earlier. Ajax, they're a mess defensively. Don't know what they're doing. So look at the over 2.5 here.
And NEC, they're not really a high scoring team. NEC and Ajax away. No, I still think Ajax is gonna win this one, and especially the disappointing loss last week. They can't afford to drop points again. Especially they need the points because they also think AZ is gonna lose this weekend, so they want to go up and over AZ. So I'm going for Ajax win. I think Ajax will win this one.
Yeah, but low value backing Ajax, so probably won't be betting my money on Ajax. All right, next game, even lower value, Feyenoord hosting RKC. Feyenoord wins set at 1.1. RKC wins set at 34. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now, like I said, a low value backing Feyenoord here. They're playing at home. They should win even after playing today hosting Roma, right?
Yeah, and RKC is focusing on the next 3 games after this one against Feyenoord. So because those are the ones that are gonna matter and are important for them. So I think they'll just go as a city trip to Rotterdam.
All right. That wraps up Eredivisie. Let's get to the Premier League. First game on the schedule. Brentford hosting Liverpool. Brentford wins set at 5.5. Liverpool wins set at 1.61. Line for the total goal set at 3.5. Now listen, Brentford, they picked up a win against Wolves on the road, which was their first win in a very long time, or second win in a very long time. But still, I know they're playing at home, but I can see them troubling Liverpool here. They were very fortunate to win against Wolves. Are you doing something here, Sergio?
No. Liverpool, they can't afford to drop points. They know that. So and Brentford, uh, no, it's a Liverpool win. I'm going for a Liverpool win.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Speaking of a team that also cannot afford to drop points, Arsenal visiting Burnley. Arsenal wins set at 1.35. Burnley wins set at 9.5. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, this is a very low total. So I'm going to play the over 2.5 here. You probably only need Arsenal to push this over 2.5. So that would be my play here. And also expect Arsenal to get the win because they can't afford to drop points. Not against Burnley, right?
No, they definitely can't. Yeah, but also the over 2.5. Yeah, it's still a little bit too low for me. Yeah, so actually I'm just staying away from this game.
Yeah, not high value back taking the over 2.5. I agree there, but for me that's an easy bet. I can really see Arsenal scoring 3 goals in this game. Burnley has allowed 50 goals on the season, right? So Arsenal should score 3 goals easily in this game. All right. Next game, Tottenham hosting Wolves. Tottenham wins set at 1.58. Wolves win set at 5.6. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now Wolves beat Tottenham in the first meeting. Are we seeing a repeat here?
No, definitely. Now it's an away game for Wolves. Excuse me, against Tottenham. Um, and I don't think they won a lot of games when playing away. And
Now, Wolves is actually undefeated in the last 5 road games, but they won 3, and one of those 3 was a FA Cup game. So if you look in terms of the league, they've won 2 out of the last 6, 7. So not great, but still.
yeah, so no, I'm going for a Tottenham win. This weekend, yeah, definitely a Tottenham win.
Yeah, and Tottenham has only lost 1 out of the last 7 at home, and that was against Manchester City. And although Wolves also beat Manchester City, I can see Wolves going on the road and beating Tottenham.
Yeah, no.
All right, let's get to the next game. Fulham hosting Aston Villa. Fulham wins set at 3.15. Villa wins set at 2.3. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Now, 3 out of 4 losses for Villa. All 3 at home after a historic run in the league. So what's happening to Villa, Sergio?
Yeah, I think that it is just a form that they have. So but I believe this weekend they'll bounce back against Fulham. That's why I have them as my one of my best bets this weekend. So I'm going for a Aston Villa win.
Yeah, and they also have some success against Fulham. 5 out of the last 6 meetings they beat Fulham, so that should give them some confidence heading into this game and get back to winning ways. All right, let's get to the next game. Nottingham Forest hosting West Ham. Forest wins set at 2.45. West Ham wins set at 2.95. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Now, both teams not in very good form. These are 2 teams very much out of form. 1 win in the last 10 games between them. So are we looking at a draw here?
Yes, I believe so. West Ham very very disappointing. It looks like they had things together, but at the beginning of the season, but after that it just went AWOL. So mm, I'm 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 I think I'm gonna agree with you for a draw in this
Yeah,
game.
West Ham hasn't won a game in 7. Well, now Forest they won a game, but that was a FA Cup game against Bristol City, and that even took more than 90 minutes. They won penalties against Bristol City, so neither team is really in form. I think this will very much be a draw. All right, next game, Newcastle United hosting Bournemouth. Newcastle wins set at 1.85. Bournemouth wins set at 4.1. Line for the total goal set at 3.5. And Newcastle's on a good run after a bad stretch where they lost 7 out of 10. But since a lot of players returned from injury, you can see they picking up form again. While the exact opposite is happening for Bournemouth. After 7 undefeated, now winless in 4 out of the last 5. So will Newcastle continue to roll here?
Yes, against Bournemouth, yeah, I agree that I think that they'll definitely take the points against Bournemouth, and also one of my bets this weekend. Um, great value backing Newcastle. So and they're playing at home, so I don't see anything else happening.
Yeah, preaching to the choir, man. I also have Newcastle as one of my best bets. All right, let's get to the next game. Manchester City hosting Chelsea. City wins set at 1.37. Chelsea wins set at 8.5. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now, listen, I'm gonna take the under 3.5 here. I know the first meeting was a very high scoring draw, but I have a hard time seeing that happening again. What are you doing here, Sergio?
Um, I'm I'm leaning towards a draw for some reason, but I know it's nearly impossible. So I'm staying away from this game because City City win is it's almost the obvious way to go, and under 3.5. I don't think so. Also, so
No,
uh,
I like the under 3.5. Now, I listen. I know 4 for the last game, the first meeting, but that inflates the number. I don't think there will be 4 goals scored by either team in this game. So give me the under 3.5 as one of my. That will be my play for this game. Not one of my
yeah,
favorite bets, but that will be my play for this game.
yeah, it's a difficult one, but yeah, but still, I'm staying away from this one.
All right. Not bad. Not a bad choice staying away from this game. All right, let's get to the next game. Sheffield hosting Brighton. Sheffield wins set at 5. Brighton wins set at 1.68. Line for the total goals set at 3.5. What are you doing here, Sergio?
Yeah, no, yeah, sorry to disappoint, but yeah, this is also one that difficult for me to pick a side. I don't feel nothing, between these two teams. So yeah, it's also stay away from me.
I'm going for a Brighton win here. I know Sheffield won against Luton last time out, but listen, Luton had 75% ball possession, 20 goal attempts, 5 shots on goal, while obviously Sheffield had 25% ball possession. Expected goals were about the same. Sheffield had 3 shots on goal. So listen, they were very fortunate to escape with a win against Luton, and I can't see them winning back-to-back games. So give me Brighton for a win here. That would be my play for this game.
Yeah, but Brighton, yeah, it's not much value backing them, so that's why, yeah, it can still go both ways. So
1.68 is not bad value. And yeah, I know, listen, Brighton lost one of their last road games against Luton for nothing. So that should be a wake-up call for them. The last road game, of course, they lost to Tottenham. No shame in that. But the loss against Luton should be a wake-up call. So they should be ready for this game. Give me Brighton for a win. All right. Next game, Luton hosting Manchester United. Luton wins set at 4.2. United wins set at 1.85. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, since United is getting back key players, they're getting healthy. They look like one of the better teams. Now, we have been bashing Ten Hag all season, and at times rightfully so. But is United now one of the dangerous teams?
yeah, yeah, he hasn't lost in what 6 games.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, yeah, so yeah, he's definitely found a cure, so to say. So a win against Luton, I think it's also a possibility for them. Surprised me last week against Aston Villa. I really thought that they would lose that one. They surprised me, so yeah, Luton. Luton, yeah, I don't think they'll get a win or a draw against United. It's
Yeah,
United.
And that means good value backing United at 1.85, right?
Yes, sure.
All right. Next game, Everton hosting Crystal Palace. Everton wins set at 1.75. Crystal Palace wins set at 5.5. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Now, I don't have a play here. Neither team is really in form. Both teams one win in the last 5 games. Palace 4 losses. So I don't have a play here. Are you doing something here, Sergio?
Yeah, I was thinking about the over 2.5, but but I changed my mind. I'm also staying away from this one.
Yeah, both teams averaging close to a goal a game, and Everton, while they've allowed 32 goals, they usually like to defend deep, and against a team like Palace, they're gonna do the same. And Palace may not get on the score sheet here, maybe a 1-0 victory for Everton or a 1-1 draw. But listen, other than that, I can see anything else happening. I'm staying away from this game.
Yeah, me also.
All right, that wraps up the Premier League. Let's get to the Bundesliga. First game on the schedule, Keulen hosting Werder Bremen. Keulen wins set at 2.55. Bremen wins set at 2.85. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Now, Bremen lost to Heidenheim last time out, but actually deserved more. Was their first loss in the last 4 games, while Keulen has 1 win in the last 8. Also 1 win in the last 6 at home. But it's not like Bremen is good on the road. So I know they have back-to-back wins, but that is after 7 road games without a win. So this one looks like a draw for me. What are you doing, Sergio?
Yeah, a draw. I would agree, but even a Friday, I see Keulen maybe even winning. So yeah, but I'm staying away from this one either way. But a small lean towards Keulen to win this one.
All right, next game, Darmstadt hosting Stuttgart. Darmstadt wins set at 6.4. Stuttgart wins set at 1.52. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Now listen, Darmstadt, worst team in the league. Stuttgart picking up form again. Stuttgart should get the win here, right?
Yeah, definitely a Stuttgart win. Not really much to add. Darmstadt, yeah, no, it's. I think they a draw was their best result the last 7.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, so no, it's a Stuttgart win, definitely.
Yeah, and Stuttgart's only loss in the last 4 games was against Leverkusen, where they even managed to score twice. Stuttgart averages over 2 goals a game in the season, while Darmstadt has allowed 49 goals in 21 games. So do the math. I like the over 2.5 goals here as well. All right, let's get to the next game. Wolfsburg hosting Dortmund. Wolfsburg wins set at 3.2. Dortmund wins set at 2.2. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now, Dortmund continue their great form after the winter break, beating Freiburg, but now visit Wolfsburg. But Wolfsburg has 0 wins in the last 5, but 1 loss. So do the math again. Wolfsburg has beaten Dortmund once since 2015. So what's happening here, Sergio?
So the win for Wolfsburg is getting closer. You would say. No, it's gonna be a Dortmund win. Dortmund is also one of my bets this weekend at a very good odd. I think so. Yeah, it's I'm going for a Dortmund win.
All right. Also leaning towards Dortmund. I would agree with you there. They have been excellent coming out of the winter break. All right. Next game, Hoffenheim hosting Union. Hoffenheim wins set at 2.02. Union wins set at 3.8. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, speaking of a team that is actually struggling coming out of the winter break, Hoffenheim. But listen, if you're struggling, you want to get a win, you want some confidence, just host Union, right? Give me Hoffenheim as one of my best bets for the weekend. What are you doing here, Sergio?
Yeah, but Union got their confidence against Wolfsburg. So yeah, I don't know. Hoffenheim, no, I don't trust them at all. I'm just leaning towards a draw here. Yeah.
Listen, I know Union won 2 out of the last 5 games, but both were at home. On the road, very different. On the road, they have not scored in 4 out of the last 5 games. Give me Hoffenheim for a win.
Yeah, it's one to try, but not for me this weekend.
All right, it's for me. It's one of my best bets. All right. let's get to the next game. Mainz hosting Augsburg. Mainz wins set at 2.02. Augsburg wins set at 3.75. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, one win in the last 10 games between these two teams. This will be an ugly game. I think an ugly low-scoring game. Mainz second lowest scoring team in the league. They do have some success playing against Augsburg at home, but Mainz is awful, even at home. Can they do something here, Sergio?
No, if I would place a bet on this game, it would be a correct score 0-0. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, no, I don't see anything special happening in this game. So yeah, it's also one of the stayaways for me.
I can see a 1-1 draw. I wouldn't, but a 0-0 draw. I can see a 1-1 draw. But like I said, Mainz lowest scoring team. Augsburg only 2 road wins, so 0-0 might be possible. All right, let's get to the next game. Heidenheim hosting Leverkusen. Heidenheim wins set at 8. Leverkusen wins set at 1.4. Line for the total goal set at 3.5. Now listen, we are both expecting Leverkusen to drop points for a while now, and we're both looking like fools, right?
Yes, and I'm definitely not putting any money on Heidenheim to do so. So yeah, it's up to the next game for a Leverkusen, then we'll see.
All right, I agree with you there. Let's get to the next game. Leipzig hosting Gladbach. Leipzig wins set at 1.38. Gladbach wins set at 7.5. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now Leipzig lost to Real Madrid in midweek, but they won at
Unfairly.
home, so no travel. Now they host Gladbach, not a very good road team. So will they win here, Sergio?
Yeah, but Leipzig, yeah, they also have a difficult streak. So, and I think the loss against Real, it damaged something in them, because actually it was they could have drawn that game if the VAR did their job correctly. So yeah, yeah, it was a clean goal, so there's nothing wrong with it. So yeah, against Gladbach, I think they're gonna struggle a little bit. Maybe a draw.
Yeah, I obviously low value backing Leipzig, so even if you expect them to win another game, I would bet my money on 1.38, not great value. You would rather take a small chance with Gladbach at 7.5.
Yeah, maybe a double chance.
Yeah, all right. Let's get to the next game. Freiburg hosting Frankfurt. Freiburg wins set at 2.28. Frankfurt wins set at 3.35. Line for the sole goal set at 2.5. Now the loss to Dortmund makes it 3 straight for Freiburg, while Frankfurt struggled with lowly Bochum. But Freiburg has been solid at home, 1 loss in the last 8, while Frankfurt, the exact opposite, 1 road win in the last 8. So what can we expect here, Sergio?
Not much. 6 and 7 in the league. Frankfurt. Freiburg is playing at home. 3 losses the last 4 games. I'm small lean towards Freiburg.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. And Frankfurt also playing today against Union, Royal Union, that is, from Belgium. So that's not Union Berlin. They're playing European competition. So then, but Freiburg also visiting Lens in the Europa League. So both teams, now both teams are playing road games, European competition. So tired legs may play a factor here, and we could see a low-scoring game here. All right, last game, Bochum hosting Bayern Munich. Bochum wins set at 9. Bayern Munich wins set at 1.32. Line for total goals set at 3.5. And I don't know what's happening to Bayern Munich. But listen, Bochum should not trouble them, I believe. The title race is not over. It's 5 points. So I don't believe they've lost all hope, but they haven't been playing well. What are you doing here, Sergio?
Yeah, if you're listening to Müller, the way he spoke about the team after the game against Leverkusen, he thinks it's over. He said something like his team not playing with with the balls they have. So it's I think it's already a championship for Leverkusen.
Yeah,
But
you
about the game against Bochum, Bayern has to get a win again. 2 losses in a row. That's not really Bayern-like. So Bochum is a perfect team to bounce back for them.
Yeah, I would agree there. But again, low value backing Bayern, so I'm not betting this game. All
Yeah.
right, that wraps up Bundesliga, and that wraps up all picks and leans for the upcoming weekend. Quick recap for our best bets. I have 5. I have Athletic Bilbao Girona over 2.5 goals, Roma to win, Sparta to win, Newcastle United to win, and Hoffenheim to win. What do you have, Sergio?
Yeah, I have all wins, of course, for Valencia, Real Betis, Roma, Heerenveen, Aston Villa, Newcastle, and Dortmund, of course.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend. And like we always say, bet smart, bet with your head, set your limits, and stay within your means.
Yes, I agree. Have a great week.